If you want to get the most revenue out of your mobile apps, we have to look at split testing the pricing. So in this video, a complete overview, how we're going to set up the RevenueCat split testing experiment, which data you need to get to the highest conversions. So I'm in RevenueCat right now. I have a demo account. You could technically use this with Superwall or any other provider. The structure is exactly the same. Now we're going to look at this demo environment on the offerings. RevenueCat structures them into 3 different brackets: monthly, yearly, and lifetime access. Now, I suggest a different flow, which I have laid out here. So we're going to go for a flow where we have the product, which is in this case, I like to go weekly, monthly as optional, and then annually, right? So they refer to it as yearly. In that flow, monthly is my least favorite following the current data, which means that most of the time it's either weekly or yearly, right? So the pricing differences are usually pretty cheap. And then you have this option lifetime, which we can include, but I'm not a fan of. So I will give you the conditional options as well, why and why not to do certain things, right? So let's say weekly is $3.99, which would make monthly probably $9.99, and then annually, let's say $59.99. So the weekly is very expensive, but converts the best usually. The monthly is relatively, if you include it to annually, you make more money, and then the yearly it has the discount, right? So in theory, going for the highest lifetime value, that's the question, right? Lifetime value. That would define us where you make the most money, and that's what this test is for. So what you're going to do is you have monthly, annually, and lifetime. So in that case, the default option, you might want to edit, and you might want to add a new package, which would basically be weekly. You don't need to add a description and then product, and then you just need to add a new product to it, which is called weekly under the product section, right? So you have weekly, monthly, yearly, lifetime. The same overview that we have here. If any other format is relevant for your mobile app, which could be 3 months, 6 months, or I don't know, bi-weekly, as you wish, you could basically add that as well. In this format, I'm going to be working with weekly and yearly because that is the format I like to use. You could use any of the other ones. The formula is the same. The most important thing that we're working with here is the split test of volume. I am running this experiment based on paid ads. So when we're using paid ads, we need consistency in the data. How does that work? So we need a certain amount of clicks to validate. Now, the click volume is different on different aspects. So for example, the reason I'm saying we're doing paid traffic and not organic is because the amounts will change. So a minimum test would basically run 100 clicks. And the question would be, what would the conversion rate be on such a test, right? Now, the law of big numbers indicates that when we scale the data, the numbers tend to stabilize. So the audience pool on 100 clicks is way less significant than on 10,000 clicks because the data on the conversion side will stabilize more. We kind of know what we're working with. Now let's assume that we're working with a 3% conversion rate, right? So that's 0.03. Then we get 3 conversions, and we will get 3 conversions here. Now, what does that mean for the pricing? So the revenue in this case, right, would be $11, and here it would be about $180. So this is ARR, and this is weekly recurring revenue, right? So this one overall, don't forget, we have to do times 52, makes a lot more money. And this one, we just do times 1, right? It's a lot more profitable on the weekly side. However, assumingly that the churn here is also higher. So this is a question of lifetime value, right? We want to optimize whatever has the lifetime value. Now, does it matter to you if the user chooses weekly or yearly? It shouldn't. all that matters in this experiment is where does the highest lifetime value comes from, meaning which user gives you the most amount of money. Again, I'll give you the example. If a weekly user pays $3.99 and a yearly user pays $59.99, the average weekly user stays for 7 weeks and the average yearly user stays for 1 year before they cancel, right? What is the best option to make the most money, right? So in this case, we want to optimize yearly because if they only stay 7 weeks, which is less than 2 months, we're basically going to make $27.93. If they stay for 1 year, we're going to have $59.99. So if the data would be this simple, we're going to say, okay, optimize for yearly. However, the conversion rate is obviously a big factor here. So we're going to move this to the back, right? Because we're basically assuming, oh, well, might be able to keep it here. We're assuming that they convert at the same level and they never do. Because if you are a new user, and I'm going to ask you, do you want to buy my app? What are the odds of converting, let's say, on a weekly plan, 10%. What's the conversion on a yearly plan? Maybe 2%, right? Now, we have to add in a cost per click here because it's paid traffic. So let's say the cost per click is 10 cents. Yes, just for reference sake. What we're going to pay for one paying user, just for easy math here, is basically times 10, so $1. And here it's 2%, so times 50. So this is $5, right? Now, the question is, what is more profitable? In this case, we're basically paying 1. So per user, we're making $2.99. And here per user, we're making $45.99. So we optimize for yearly. Is this the case though? What is the conversion rate? A more likely scenario is 0.2% on annual, right? And that means that we don't need 50, we need 500. And then you only make 99 at 99. Well, still you want to optimize for this. So it's basically a complete flow of, okay, what happens if the cost per click is 35 cents and not 10 cents? All of a sudden, with this conversion rate, you cannot make any money on annual. You need to optimize for weekly because that's where you make some money, right? So this CPC is too high to be allowing for that flow. Now, I don't want to overcomplicate it and confuse you. You understand where I'm going. So the priority here is you need to figure out what you're paying for a click. You need to figure out what the conversion rate is. And you only know what you're paying for a click by running the ads. You only know what the conversion rate is when you have pushed at least 100 clicks to the offer. If you push 100 clicks to the offer and you have no conversions, your offer sucks and it needs improvement, right? Specifically with paid ads. Or something is wrong, you might want to give it more room, right? Depending on where you're running ads. But if we're running ads in the United States, you're running 100 clicks to it, they all hit the paywall, they complete the onboarding. That means then 100 clicks on your paywall and no conversion, you have less conversion than 1%, that's bad, right? So in this case, what we're having is basically the CPC, and then you have cost per install, right? And then you have cost per click paywall. So there's a drop off in the funnel, right? The cost per click might be 10 cents, but for them to actually install it, it might be 12 cents. And for them to hit the paywall, it's usually 20 cents because you have a drop off during the onboarding. So in this case, we need to work here not with the raw cost per click. We need to work with the 20 cents, right? And you can see weekly is the winner. Now, these metrics vary where you're buying your traffic, which means how expensive it is, which target audience you're running your ads to, and at the same time, what the structure is, which niche, which audience, all of these underlying factors. But the math, it doesn't change, right? So if we know the CPC and we know the conversion rate, the question is more data, it's better. So if you would say, hey, Colin, can I do 100 clicks? It's the bare minimum. I'll probably run my day one tests on about 200 clicks per audience, right? So per segmentation, per app, let's say. Now, if you want to standardize data, you're probably looking more at 1,000 clicks. 1,000 clicks on the paywalls may be a little bit excessive, but 1,000 clicks definitely on the first entry CPC. Now, in that case, you can already see what you're kind of working with. In that case, the experiment alone would cost like $100 per ad set, right? On a 10-cent cost per click. So in that case, you'll get really good data on the experiment. So that is basically how I would structure a RevenueCat split test experiment, where we can basically rotate the different pricing, the different formats, and give them that mathematical breakdown of what is the data that comes in, where do we have to go to optimize for lifetime value and make the most amount of money. Now, if you found this interesting and you've watched until this point, the great news is there's a video on this channel that covers exactly this with real-time data. So if you want the link to that, leave the comment down below and I will send that to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.